Oops. I didn't have the mic going. What's good? What's happening, folks? Starting on time, still about a minute late. Smitty will be here in just a moment, but I wanted to go ahead and get started. Because I know a lot of you guys, a lot of times, you get on me and Smitty about not being on time, you having to wait until past 8 o'clock. So I was just telling Smitty via text, I'm going to go ahead and start the show, and I'll bring him in when he comes on. Let me get my headphones all together. So like I said, really, man, me just starting the show. I'm not really going to dive into anything until Smitty comes on, obviously, because, I want Smitty to be a part of the conversation. What's up, Brett Lee? And some of you guys, came by last night when I was doing my individual thoughts on the information, the live reaction. So we're going to get at it. We're going to get active here in just a moment. Let me tweet this stream out. Give me 2 seconds, guys. 2 shakes of a rattlesnake. Tweet this bad boy out so we can get a lot of people up in here discussing. And we can get active. What's good, Y Diggy? What's good, brother? And like I said, my good buddy Smitty should be on in just a moment. So pretty much what we're going to talk about tonight, man, just to give you guys a heads up, obviously the main title, you guys see the title there, Madden NFL 24 has been revealed. Let's discuss. We will talk about the information. Me and Smitty will go through that as well. And, I'm getting some unclear information as far as what we can and can't say in regards to the beta. Nobody's been able to give me concrete information. So I don't know how far we can go. I know we just can't show it, obviously. But I saw somebody on Twitter saying something to the effect of we can't give our opinion. I didn't see anything in the information that I have that says we can't share the opinion. We'll see. We'll see. But what's good? Cal Golden in the building. Brett Lee says, man, y'all do y'all thing, man. I ain't even tripping on what time you come on, my dude. I know, man, but some people just be a little upset when we don't start on time. For everybody who's in now, I see the view count is going up. Just kind of doing some filler talking here. My man Smitty said he'll be on in a few minutes. He said very few minutes. So I'm just waiting for him to get on. And I'm curious to know, I'm going to ask some of you guys really quick. How many of you watching right now have been able to play the beta? How many of you guys have had the code? Have you guys been able to get on the beta? I haven't spent a lot of time with the beta myself. I haven't actually even gone through a full game. And there's a couple things that I see already that I like in terms of franchise. And there's some things I want to give feedback on as well. There's some things I feel like appears to not be there yet. But again, I haven't gone through it. Literally, that's the first thing I did. I went into practice just to make sure controls still feel the same. And then I went right into a few of the mini games, and then boom, I started a franchise, and I am in the first quarter of preseason. So it's a lot that I haven't seen yet. What's good? Cal said he didn't get his. Okay, Flair said he's on the beta. That's what's up. The article on OS seems promising. Okay. I haven't seen that yet. Vicious for Life says in the Gridiron Notes, it says you can't post your thoughts on the beta, which is what causing people to pause. Oh, okay. So you can't post your thoughts. Interesting. So, like I said, I don't know how much we can and can't say. I actually hit up one of the devs, and they advised me that they're not 100% sure. So let me see if I can perhaps contact one other person. Give me a second. Hopefully Smitty will be here in a moment. Let's see. Are we able to... I'm reaching out to a community manager and let's see if he responds. Because again, a lot of people are saying, okay, great. Brett said he's loading his copy. Cool. A lot of people are saying, and like my man just read there, Vicious for Life said that it said on the post in the Gridiron Notes. And actually, let me pull that up because me and Smitty are going to go over the Gridiron Notes anyway. Give me a second. It's saying that you can't post your thoughts about the beta. And if that is the case, again, I don't know where the gray area is in terms of what we can and can't say. And I know some people will say, oh, man, it shouldn't matter. Say what you want. I'm not going to say what I want. You know why? Because, again, I do want to play the beta, right? I want to play the beta, number one, so I can see what's going on with this game. And I'm just not the type of guy that violates anybody purposely. You know what I mean? Who cares that it's EA? Like, I know people be like, oh, man, it's EA. I'm just not built like that. Okay, if you're giving me something, regardless of what it is in the world, if you're giving me something or you're trusting me with something, I'm not just gonna, betray your trust for no reason. So if they rather us not, there we go, we got Smitty in. So let me continue the thought, and then I'll bring my good brother on. If they rather us not post our thoughts and things of that nature, then I'm not just gonna recklessly do that. I'm trying to find out the answer to that question right now, what we can and can't say. And again, I know a lot of people always try to say, Smitty knows this. They'll say, man, y'all
can't even hear you yet.
Oh, Smitty can't hear me yet. I can hear you. So hold on, guys. Let's wait for Smitty to get on. Everybody else is hearing me good, right? Let me make sure everybody is hearing me good. Reborg 80 says Basin. He says beta decent for me. Okay. Brett says he's going to text one of his friends at EA. Yeah, man, I'm reaching out to one of the community managers. Brother Noopsy. Sodom Noopspa. Brother Noopsy said he's been waiting for our thoughts.
Let
me text Smitty real quick. Let him know I can hear him.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You can hear me just fine. Okay.
Yep.
But see, I don't hear you yet. All right.
Here's a question, guys. Can y'all hear Smitty? Can y'all hear both of us? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear? Obviously, y'all can hear me because I see Brother Noopsy just laugh. See, I love when people have these references to old movies and such, man, because I'll tell y'all a funny story. Me and my cousin, my best friend in the world, we have watched so much TV, we literally can have conversation through movies, right? Funniest thing, my wife, my other best friend in the world, we do the same thing. That was one of the things that drew us together when we first met. Like, she is as nutty as me, knows movie lines, and we can literally have movie reference conversations and go over people's heads. So anytime people, got little stuff like that, Brother Noopsy, like me just saying that, a lot of people don't even know what that is. A good amount of y'all do, but some people don't. So I always think, stuff like that. You all right with me, brother? Okay, y'all can hear us both. So that's interesting. Sort of Noopsy. Let me tell Smitty that. Yeah, so
I'll be back. I'll be back soon.
All right. All right, so Smitty will be back in a moment. So like I said, where was I? What was I talking about? I was talking about what we can and can't say. So I'm trying to get that confirmation. I'm glad Brett is doing the same. Let me see if the community manager hit me back yet. I'm talking to him on the Discord, and it says that he's playing Destiny 2. So he might be a little busy. He's green, so hopefully. So again, for all of you guys who are watching, the 50 of you that are watching that don't understand what's happening here, I'm waiting for my partner Smitty to get back on here so we can get at it. And I'm kind of just doing filler talk. Me and Smitty are probably going to start off with the finals, just be quick with the finals, our thoughts on what we think is going to happen, how they look so far. We'll be brief with that. Then the rest of the night, what we're going to do definitely is talk about, this information that we know about Madden in terms of the Gridiron Notes, what was released, what's supposed to be coming. And then, him and myself both have the beta. And yeah, like I said, I don't know how much we can go into the beta. I'm reading an article now, and actually I'll show you guys while I do it. Give me a second. Present, share screen. Let's read what it says here. Somebody said that you cannot post your thoughts. Want to share best practices to keep in mind common access issues, feedback, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Below are some questions to think about when reporting bugs. Okay. The following details are extremely important. Okay. Community frequently asked questions. Codes. Okay, if I didn't get a code, how do I access? How was it impacted by the franchise? All right. Somebody said in here, where does it say you can't post your thoughts? Am I overlooking it? Maybe it's up here. They've got the known issues. Okay, it's probably up in here somewhere. We know you're excited to get your hands on a sneak peek. There we go. Can you hear me, Smitty?
All right, yeah.
All right, cool. We got the good brother in here. I'll bring this article back in a minute. Like I was telling them, Smitty, we can get the preliminary topic out of the way, and then we're gonna dive solely into the article, like the gridiron notes, what stands out to us. I don't know how much we can talk about the beta. Some people are saying that they said we can't post our thoughts, but can we speak on it here? I don't know.
I mean, honestly, I'm just being brutal with it right now. I just got my code like 20 minutes ago.
Right.
So I can't, everything I'm going off of would literally be my thoughts off of this, because it's, it's like it's downloading right now. So I mean, I'm not, so unfortunately, I'm not gonna have an impression to really, off of what I played and be able to say, oh, well, I can at least say, but it's something that we're going to dive into. It just like how it was last year, basically. Like we may have got a little bit of time to play, dabble in it, but then the following show, we had a whole lot more to talk about, in terms of giving some kind of impression, because like we always say, the game's not finished yet. So that's the key thing at the end of the day, regardless. But I mean, there still is a good amount here from just the articles alone. There is a good amount of stuff in there to really dive into. So
yeah, we're gonna talk about that article for sure.
Oh yeah.
And like I said, y'all gotta, I'm kind of in the same boat with Smitty. I got my code a little bit earlier, but I told them earlier before you came on, Smitty. Literally all I've done, I cut the game on. I went to practice offense only just to see if anything felt different about skill-based passing. Made sure I knew the controls were still what they were. Boom. Jumped out of that. Played a couple of the mini games. Got some stuff to say about that. But like I said, I don't know what I can and can't say. Right after that, jumped into franchise. Started a franchise. I am literally right now in the first quarter of preseason, the first preseason game. That's how much gameplay I have. So I have not a lot to talk about either. However, there's some things that I see, and there's some things that I see. So as far as, yays and nays, as far as what I like, and I'm talking just initial seeing something, but I don't know what I could say. And I was explaining to them, Smitty, listen, me and Smitty are just, I know we cut from the same cloth, so I can speak for him. We just dudes with integrity, man. It ain't got nothing to do with EA and Madden. It's anything. If Smitty, matter of fact, I know stuff right now about Smitty that he told me that y'all don't know. And I'm never gonna say anything unless he tells me, hey man, you can speak on it. Don't I'm just cut that way. Yeah. So some people are saying, man, just say it. No, I'm not. If they don't want me to talk about the beta, I gotta honor that. And I want to continue to play it so I could give my feedback. Right. So I'm not just gonna say stuff just because people want to hear it. That's lame. That's lame behavior. You're supposed to be a person of integrity with whatever you're doing in life. So there you have it. But anyway, really quick, only thing I want to start with, Smitty, I know we hadn't had a couple shows in the last couple weeks, but wanted to just talk about the finals. There's no need to talk about the playoffs anymore. I'll be real brief with it. Man, listen. After watching last night, I'm not surprised. I for one felt like it could have been a sweep, only because I just don't think they can't do nothing with Joker. They just can't. I think Miami has grit. They have fight. You know, they didn't quit last night. They kept trying to storm back. They're just Denver plays good basketball, man. You know, Joker plays old school basketball, even though he does things that most big men don't do in terms of the way he passes and all that kind of jazz. And he's smart. You know, he's a smart player. He's an unselfish player. You know what I'm saying? He's going to make the right play. Like your big man is making the right play. Like that's when you got that type of basketball on the court, it's hard to beat that. You got a dude in Jamal Murray. It's funny. Me and my older brother talked about this today, and I made this point. Jamal Murray is like a silent killer. And what I mean by that is my brother was saying, yeah, man, you know, I always used to say, you know, Devin Booker was the dude. He said, but you know what? Murray is a killer too. And I said, you know the difference between them two? Booker kind of has that mama mentality, right? Where you can see he's about to be a killer. He's going in. Murray is kind of the same, but quietly, if that makes sense. What I'm trying to say is like, it don't never, nothing that he's doing shows you that he's in that mode as far as woofing and all that. Nah, he just, he turned that switch on and he's a killer. But you don't think about him as killer the same way you thought about Kobe or you know, Booker or even like an AI, because you could see theirs. I hope y'all understand what I'm trying to say. Like you could kind of see that demeanor on them. Murray ain't doing none of that, but he's slicing. Like he is an assassin, a quiet assassin. And them two dudes, when they get going, and if Michael Porter Jr. can do anything, and if Gordon is down there banging, I mean, they are tough out. But I just don't think I just don't think they're going to win, man. I really, realistically, I called this series a sweep or a gentleman's sweep before it started. And that's no disrespect to Miami. And again, man, after just watching how the game went last night, you know, Miami kind of reminds me of when my Sixers went up against the Lakers. Okay, we balled that one game. We stole one in LA. And everybody except your boy was saying, man, we might win this. I said, we're not going to win, dog. We're not beating Shaq and Kobe. Stop. Like, let's just not get your hopes up so you're not disappointed. AI gave us one. We're not going to beat them. And that's kind of how I feel about listen, Miami has a smidgen of a chance, but Denver's just a great team, man. You got to give it up to them. And last thing I'm going to say before I throw it to Smitty, let me see if y'all agree with me. I really like Jokic. I like the Joker a lot. The boy can ball. That awkward shot he got, you know, it kind of reminds me, Smitty, it's not ugly like this, but remember how awkward dudes like Cartwright used to shoot, and you're like, how is that going in? Him doing that joint behind the head, how is he shooting threes like that?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I mean, that's like Sean Marion shooting from the chest. You know what I mean? Like you would figure a shot like that, like there's no way they can make it, or it should get blocked, or it should be an air ball. Like Joker is one of those players that look like they had, and this was a topic they were saying on the radio. It was like they were naming athletes that look like they have no business on the court the way they play, but at the same time they still get it. Like they were talking about different sports though too, but it's like they look like they have no business on the court or on the baseball field or on the ice, but they kill it though. And it's just the way they play. Like you would not think the slightest, but they do it. You know what I'm saying? And that's Joker. You know,
here's the one thing I'll say about him, and then definitely give me your thoughts on the finals in the series.
Yeah,
that boy get away with a lot down in that paint. Do he? Man, Joker be getting away with murder down there sometimes. I'm like, dog. And again, the dude can hoop. I love his game. But, bruh, sometimes I be watching. I swear he walked. I swear he pushed off. It's a lot that it seemed like they don't call. And I'm like, come on, man. Y'all gonna just let him do that. But I still like him, though. So I ain't beefing.
See, you know, that's like, and I'll give my thoughts in a sec. That's like the one guy that be on Twitter that will break down clip by clip of players that are carrying, dribbling, traveling, all of that stuff. They even had them on NBA on TNT, an episode or two or whatever. They had them up on there, and it's like that's the way the NBA is. Like these dudes are carrying, traveling, all that stuff, and I mean, yeah. I believe it should be called, but you know, the fact that it's not being called, it's like, you know, hey, I guess it is what it is. But nah, man, I mean, look, the crazy part that Joker and Murray both had a triple-double last night. Like, they both put up a triple-double. And that's insane. Like they both dropped, I think they both dropped 30.
Whoa.
But then they dropped that triple double though, you know, and it's crazy to be able to do that, and then you win the game. And you know, I felt it was going to be a sweep. I thought it was.
Me too.
I think that if at best it'll go 6, but I just feel that Denver is being swept under the rug in terms of that notoriety, like how the Pistons were in 04. It's like the expectations are real low for them no matter what. It's not what the Pistons did, it's what LA didn't do. That's pretty much how it's being looked at. Like, even when the Lakers got swept, every game, what was it about? What happened with LA?
What happened with
LA?
Yeah.
It wasn't what the Nuggets did. It wasn't what Joker was doing. It was what LA did or didn't do. So that's the whole thing about it. But no. I'm really, you know, impressed with how those guys are playing. And I feel that the Nuggets are like what Golden State was when they were taking their lumps and bruises before they finally got to the finals and everything. Because remember, Joker was still coming up, ascending as a star in the league. Jamal Murray was a good player too, but then Jamal Murray had big time injuries happen to him for like 2 years or whatever. You know, and that kept him from making things happen. You know, that kept him from being able to perform in the playoffs and be there. And it was just Joker by himself. Now you got these guys full force, so it's like they got that chip on their shoulder to get it. So you know, but I mean, don't get me wrong. If Miami gets it, it'll be amazing because technically they were, I don't know, they were 8th seed or whatever. I mean, those dudes went from the play-in tournament all the way through
to the finals.
The finals. You know what I mean? And they weren't even supposed to remotely close to get there. And look who they're getting there with. Outside of Butler and Bam, and I know Hero, you know, could come back, but these undrafted players are carrying the weight for the, you know, these guys are doing their thing. Like they are really making it happen. So it's like, hey, yo. So it's crazy. But no, I believe that the Nuggets will take it in either 5 or 6. But if it goes further than that, it'll be an entertaining series. I mean, it's entertaining and nonetheless. So
yeah, you know, it is what it is, man. I mean, Miami, like Smitty said, at the end of the day, you know, who would have thunk it? They got there, they fighting hard. You know, I don't think nobody will, unless they just completely give up these last few games. I don't think nobody can say that the effort wasn't there. You know, you just might be outmatched sometimes. But, you know, Miami's on the rise, you know, and when you look at the type of players that they got, you know, I didn't even realize a lot of these guys weren't drafted and, you know, things like that. So kudos to them, man. But the party might be over pretty soon here. But all right, man, I know what you guys came to hear and came to see. So let me pull up the article. Again, some of you guys might have saw the quick stream that I did last night. You know, it's one of my first times doing that, you know, a live reaction. But because I was at work, was one of the nights. One of the days I had to commute in. I had not seen the trailer. It's funny because my man Eric Rayweather hit me up early in the day and said, "Yo, please tell me you and Smitty y'all doing the show tomorrow." I said, "Yeah, we'll be doing the show tomorrow. I'm pretty sure." So I was like, you know what? Let me get something out there tonight because people have been asking. I hadn't seen it, so I did it live on air. But let me share this article, and I don't know if we're going to dissect it piece by piece, more than likely, but we'll kind of talk about a little bit of the stuff that's here. I'll just show you some quick highlights, and then actually I'm going to throw it to Smitty first because a lot of you guys heard my thoughts last night, but they're talking about gameplay. They're talking about FieldSense 2.0, the way they're calling it here, increased control and realism. The newest iteration of FieldSense provides an enhanced gameplay foundation, giving you greater control, delivering realism to all the ways you play. And here are some of the gameplay additions. So hit everything 2.0, skill-based passing 2.0. This is the big one right here, and I'm sure me and Smitty going to spend a lot of time here talking tonight. Foundational football. This is what it says. AI enhancements. Smarter AI enables smoother and more realistic player action and reaction to the plays you call, providing more confidence your AI teammates will execute your game plan the way you intended. And what they are emphasizing, QB awareness and behavior, ball carrier AI and pathfinding, blocking AI and open field targeting, DB awareness and pass coverage, and post-play emotion enhancements. And then some of the other things here, like I said, I'm not going to dive completely into all of this. And I'm just be a little brief, real quick again here, and I'm going to throw it to Smitty. A couple of highlights that I saw as far as franchise mode that they're talking about here that catches my eye. Upgrade your team with fan favorite mini games returning to Madden NFL 24. Test your skills with dozens of new mini games, including moving obstacles and destructible targets in franchise training camp or weekly strategy. Now, I gotta say, I told y'all I just started the game, and I'm gonna tell y'all this. I might have spent like 25 minutes in the mini games. I only played like 4 of them. So I'm gonna just go out on a limb. Listen, I'm not saying too much about the beta as far as my thoughts, but I'm just gonna say everybody knows it's in there. I like what I see from that regard. Because that was my question last night. Are they playable in franchise? And yeah, uniquely how they've woven it together where, like it says here, you can do the franchise training camp or weekly strategy. So when you get the weekly strategy, there's an option there too to do it with the focused players. Time will tell, though, which I don't know yet. I have no idea. Time will tell how it affects these players throughout the season and duration of the season. That's what I want to see. How are they progressed? Is it balanced? Is it realistic? Yada, yada, yada. So we'll see how that goes. And the other thing that I'm curious to see is the whole free agency thing where they talk about build your future using free agency 2.0 by restructuring contracts and making counter offers to cornerstone playmakers. So those are the kind of the highlights that catch my eye. Like I said, I'm going to back away from it for now, and I'm going to let Smitty take it away. And what I'm also going to pull up on the screen, y'all don't really need to see this. I'm going to run the trailer. Let the trailer run as we're talking. So, Smitty, I want to hear all of your thoughts, man. Your thoughts of this stuff in the article, your thoughts on the trailer. I know how you and I look at trailers, so it's blah, blah, blah. But yeah, how you feel about everything so far that we know of, even though we are just getting our hands on the beta?
Actually, hold on, give me 1 sec, because I'm pulling it up here. The article. Yeah, I mean, look, I like the article for what they're giving us on the surface. FieldSense 2.0, right? You know what I'm saying? You're saying you're enhancing the gameplay and all that stuff and everything. Everything basically is an updated version or what have you. Oh, okay. Sweet. Like, excuse me. Like, all right, bet. So I can hold on a second. I'm sorry, just cancel that. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I'm just got stuff in the freaking way. All right. Okay. There we go. All right. That's what I want to happen. Okay. Anywho, hold on. Matter of fact, I was just checking on the status of the download, and then there was other stuff that got in the way, so it's slowing it up. So I'm just clearing that out the way. All right. So I'm just gonna mess with that later. But as far as the game, I mean, looking at the trailer and looking at the clips
and
from the
Mahomes.
trailer, because yeah, I mean, you know what though? You know what? Okay. Until I get to mess with it firsthand and see, is that a situational thing where you're leaning and throwing like that? Because I mean, okay, let's keep it a stat. When he threw the ball like that, it was when he was under extreme duress.
Yeah. That was from that Super Bowl, right?
Yeah. It was under extreme duress, and it just so happened to get it still got there, like, which was crazy. But it shouldn't be something
shouldn't be able to
that
trigger.
You can just do.
Yeah.
Because I mean, in that instance, he wasn't under any duress. He just threw it that way. So there's that part. Secondly, an animation like that should be exclusive to him. That right there, Randall Cunningham and APF. That's literally what that should be. It's only an animation that he can trigger. Only him. And it depends upon the circumstance. Like, that's the whole thing. Like, it shouldn't just be, oh, well, I just feel like it. Woo! Like, no, it should be like, this is something that I'm under duress. That should be one of those throw out a sack moments, basically. And only he and that kind of animation triggers for him exclusively. Or you're nearly getting sacked and it's a desperation throw because he's able to do that. That's what that should be. So, like I said, until I get to touch it, I can't really say anything on that. But I like seeing those instances with the downfield blocking. I like seeing how, and it's something I wanted to see for the longest time. I wanted to see where you have the O lineman, like if the O line, if the running back or the ball carrier is engaged with the defender, and then the blocker comes in and he knocks the defender off, or he's pushing you, like a real pro tack moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's legitimately pushing you forward. Yeah. That's the kind of stuff I want to see, because now what that makes me think about is, what about 1st and goal?
Yeah.
What about that? Now that is where I want to see what happens. You know, could there possibly be an instance, and I mean, I could be reaching with it, but could there possibly be an instance where you're trying to push forward and then a blocker just so happens to be behind you, and he comes in, and or he'll be able to disengage with that defender, and he sees you there, and he'll just, shut off of him or move off of him and then push you in the back. You know what I'm saying? That would be nice. But once again, I don't know if that's something that'll happen, but I would like to see something like that happen. Skill-based passing 2.0. It sounds like basically it sounds like they didn't necessarily do anything with trajectories, though.
Yeah.
It just sounds like, okay, we did work on the catching side of it, and we did work with the throwing animations, but we didn't do anything with the trajectories. or how well the placement is. Like it doesn't sound like it. So that's something I gotta play with that to really see what it is, because it's like thread the needle with surgical accuracy using new throw animations. So it's like, okay, animations, and anticipate more authentic defensive reactions with enhanced DB behavior. And that's like, that's getting to the AI part of it right there. So there's that part. So that's why I'm looking at that like, okay, well, once again, like what Sim was saying, I got to get in the practice field, and I'm really gonna have to mess with it for a while. And then now, okay, the foundational football. Well, hold on, because that's
I care a lot about that.
Like, hold on. I'm gonna wait. Hold on. Let me. Okay. This technology. See. Okay. Look. The way I feel about these player skeletons and getting players anatomically correct, my thing is not necessarily for this year, but for the future, wingspans and stuff like that. Like, are these the kind of things that you're going to be able to actually factor in to player creation and player development, like how we talked about in the past with NBA 2K? You have the player wingspans that, like, they have the legit wingspans in the game. Like when Victor comes in 2K24, that's going to be insane because he got a retarded wingspan. So, it'll be very interesting to see how it works with him. But I'm saying with Madden, will we be able to have that? Like, you have guys that are tall that don't have as lengthy of a wingspan, but then you also have guys that are shorter with ridiculous wingspans, nice hand sizes, stuff like that. So, like, when you're getting into that anatomically correct aspect of things and you're going down that road, I want to see that in terms of how it affects when it comes to scouting, when it comes to all of that stuff. They take all those measurements, wingspan, hand size, stuff like that. So it's like, you can have ratings, of course, they're always going to be there, but then you can also tether that into the hand size and all that kind of stuff, ratings wise. That could play a role along with organic play. Yeah, exactly. Catch radius, being able to hold on the ball from an organic standpoint. Because, like, let's say he got a huge hand and he has it over the ball, it has to be hit a certain way in order for it to come out organically. Versus a guy that has smaller hands that has to be more secure with it. You know what I mean? Like, they have to tuck it in a bit tighter. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like those are like the little intricate little things there, but those are the kind of things that are part of the sport. And at the same time, that's stuff that if you're in a franchise mode, or even when you're signing a free agent or drafting, those are the kind of things you're going to look at. You know what I mean? And it would be nice to actually be able to look at those things, and it actually can account for how the gameplay is translated from a more organic standpoint. So that's something to look at too. That's all I'm saying when it comes to that technology. So I know this is more of a foundational thing with them introducing it, but I want to see them blossom it out and blow it out like completely. And I mean, franchise mode, what this basically sounds more like is more menu stuff. And while I'm okay with free agency, okay, restructuring contracts. See, what would be nice is to have some Easter egg stuff that's not here happen in the game. What about contractual holdouts?
Yeah.
Quarterback battles and stuff like that. And I mean, this is stuff that was in old Maddens, yes, but at the same time, that's part of football today. You know what I'm saying? These are today things. So it's like, it would be really awesome to see them do that. And if they have that under the hood in the game, make it immersive. That's what makes it immersive. Not just telling me, hey, you can restructure contracts in free agency. That's nice, but
yeah, but what else?
What else? Yeah, like that ain't it. Like free agency is more intricate than that.
Yeah. What are the effects?
Yeah. So and I mean acquire and retain superstars, 50 new, draft generators, new trade logic tuning, 6 trade slots, new talent trees for coach. Once again, is coaching actually going to be bolstered? Is weekly training, is that system being tampered with at all? Or is it just, hey guys, just to let you know, we decided to go ahead and add more skills to the tree. And that's it. The menus and everything's still the same. The way it functions is dang near the same with no real movement there.
Yeah, that's the question.
Yeah, so it was like, if it's that, then it's like, well, you really didn't do much of anything. And I mean that we just gotta keep it a stat bundle at this point, because I mean, look, these other games obliterate. MLB The Show obliterates it. NBA 2K obliterate. NHL, like, come on, it's obliterated. So it's like, I'm sorry. So I'll just have to see what they do with it. And I mean, don't get me wrong, these aspects can help move the needle, but what I'm saying is, beyond what you literally just put on the page, what else is there under the hood that's going to grasp me? And that's what I want to see Madden. I want to see Madden finally do that. Mm-hmm. That's my point. So, and then of course, yes, the mini games. I'm glad to see those return. Yes. I love the fact that they brought those in, because they've been needed to have those back for the longest time. So I am so happy to see that back in the game, especially in franchise mode. So thank you finally for putting that back into the franchise, into the game, especially with franchise mode. But okay, all that's out the way. We don't give a care about Ultimate Team and all that. So
not even a little bit.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And I will give them credit. Thank you for putting superstar mode back in there the way it should have been in the first place. You actually, I mean, from how I'm reading it here, it's like you create your avatar and you go ahead and you forge your career, etc., all that stuff in a legitimate way. And that I can appreciate, because that's what it was supposed to be.
Absolutely.
So instead of instead of the CFM and all that stuff and everything and putting it all together like that, it should have always been its own thing. That's why it stood out. So thank you for doing that. Instead of trying to make some, I don't know, scripted story. I mean, I don't know. There still may be some storyline in there. I'm okay with it, but just don't make it all about that, or like how they did with Long Shot back then and all that. Like, don't do all that. Just let us craft it. Let us put the time in on the character we create and do our thing from there. So, all right. Foundational football. Okay, now look. Okay, all right. Sim, man, look. We didn't been down this AI road, you know what I'm saying? Like, so many times. And you already know how we feel. Usually, when we play the beta, the game feels great. We like what they doing. We're seeing the potential. Yo, what they got in this, don't touch it. This is good. That's good. Blah, blah, blah. All that. Then launch day happens. And then there's some update. And then the game is gone. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh my gosh. Like, and we don't want to see. The thing is, like, and like Sim, you tweeted, you had retweeted it. No, you quoted the tweet and said, when it came to the tournament, I wonder how the AI is going to impact this. Mm-hmm. And that's a phenomenal point, because if you just read it verbatim, smarter AI enables smoother and more realistic player action and reaction to the plays you call, providing more confidence. Your AI teammates will execute your game plan the way you intend. So
bold statement.
Yeah. So if you're saying that and you got two users going up against each other, we all know full well when you see these Twitch streams, even if you just watch it for 5 minutes, these pro players and everything, they all rely on the CPU to make plays. So if that's what's going to be happening, this is a variable. So when we're looking at this now, getting into it here, especially like me being an offline player, QB awareness and behavior. I know my man Sim Gaming Network, I don't know if he's on here tonight or not. He's extremely adamant about that. My man Bill's extremely adamant about that, because what was going on especially when we was playing the Madden 23 beta into the game coming out, even QB, they'll evade, they'll roll all the way toward the right or all the way toward the left and throw that sucker cross body. And that's all. Everybody was doing the same thing. Everybody was, for the most part. And no real wise decision making, not really checking down or anything like that. And it's like you had to mess with settings and sliders and touch this and touch that in order to do it. So if this is something that actually is legit, like Jared Goff, he is not a guy that moves around the pocket like that. He will scramble. He can scramble a smidgen, but he is not somebody that's going to be running like that. He's going to take the sack. So I don't want to see him playing like Pat. I want to see Lamar Jackson being like Lamar. Josh Allen being like Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Pat Mahomes. You can even bring up my man. What's the guy's name? Chicago's quarterback. I can't think of my man's name.
Fields. Justin Fields. Yeah.
All four of those quarterbacks, even though they're all mobile, they all are different, and I want to see that in the game. I want to see how you have it interpreted, because you had the player. The one thing that did not get destroyed in Madden 23 that stayed good the whole year was that player movement. So with that player movement, and this is 2.0, right? I want to see that. With the QB awareness and behavior, I want to see check downs. I want to see them chuck it towards the sideline, not because they rolled all the way in one direction and then all of a sudden they're about to get hit. Now they want to chuck the ball all the way across the field the other way. Like, no.
Take off.
Yeah, like,
don't throw it away. Like, let me see the personality of the quarterback, the counterpart.
Exactly. Yeah, like, let's actually see the individuality come more into fruition. That's what I want to see happen when I'm looking at QB awareness and behavior. I mean, that's what you're telling me from that. So I mean, I don't know, Sim, you know, I mean, we could go bullet by bullet with it. So I mean, if you want to go ahead and you want to elaborate, or if you just want me to go on, I mean,
no, go ahead, man. Because like I said, a lot of people heard me speak on some of this last night, so I'll jump in here and there.
All right, okay. So I mean, the next thing, like that, like say QB, that's pretty much it there. Ball carrier AI and pathfinding. Yes. Dalvin Cook just got let go by
that's crazy, right?
That's buck wild. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
See, you know what? That makes me mad. That makes me mad now, because we drafted my man. We should just sign Cook. You know what I mean? Like, that's what we should have did. We should have signed Cook and then got a D line piece. But you know, that's neither here nor there now. But well, he went to Miami though, right? Cook. I thought that's what was being said. He's going there.
I don't know where he went, but I know some people, they were talking about how I saw earlier somebody was saying something about the
not yet.
Broncos or something. I don't know if
Oh,
that's really
okay.
the
Oh, he
case,
didn't
but
go yet.
I saw something regarding that.
Okay, got you. Either Denver or Miami. Oh, all right. I thought it was already confirmed, like from looking on Twitter. Okay, got you. All right. But anywho, ball carrier AI and pathfinding. Now, you've heard Sim and I go in and talk about this stuff. Remember when we talked about, I think it was like Madden, I think it was 25 or 15 when they talked about the AI system that they had where they were able to basically control it, and they from a user standpoint were able to control the AI. So that way when you play against that player, when you play against that running back, it'll be as if you're playing a user. The logic, the way they were able to program it. And it was a system they had in place back then, but it was gutted out.
That's what I was talking about last night, folks, when I said I didn't say the actual name, because Smitty knows this as well as I do. It's stuff that we've seen at these events that we signed an NDA for, and it covered whatever we saw. And if it hasn't yet come out, I don't know if that NDA still holds true. I don't. So I stay away from being specific, but I can say as much as what Smitty just said. So remember last night when I said these AI things remind me of something. And Mo was listening to the stream last night. I said, Mo, I know you know what I'm talking about. This is what Smitty is referring to.
Yeah.
And I wonder, Smitty, all right, I'll dance around it a little bit. I wonder if, remember they were doing it in pieces? So I wonder if this is, they've got it
for
done
all of it
to each one of those sections. So now it's DBs, running backs, quarterbacks, because back then it was quarterback one time, then it was the running back, and then it kind of stopped there.
Yeah, it was right there. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Because
we'll see.
And because I will say this. Well, look, I will say this. Okay. I don't think it's hurting anything to say that. I will say this. The way that it was working back then, like it was working.
Yeah, it was working.
You know what I mean? Like it was working good. So, and I mean, mind you, this is right before crossing over to PS4 and Xbox One. Okay, so this was right before that. Like they had this on the 360 clicking. You know what I mean? And this was going to be part of the game, and then it ended up, they took it out. So I'm just saying, if this is a system and they got it working like that, this can be real good. This can be really good. And I mean, and see, once again, seeing this and looking at the trailer, better ball carrier AI and pathfinding, making those cuts, the stutter step jukes, using the special moves, using spin moves, stiff arms in the appropriate situations, or as best based off of ratings and such, right? But at the same time, though, in addition to the blocking logic and everything, if all of that stuff works hand in hand and it works well together, then they'll really have something there. That'll be, and then that leading into the blocking AI. Like, excuse me, I don't need to see the ball carrier making illogical moves in space when they have it open. If there's an open gap, hit the gap. If they could kick that thing to the outside and it's clearly there, I want to see it. But see, my thing is, I want to see them doing that on pro difficulty. Then when I turn it up to all pro, now they're being even sharper with it. You see what I'm saying? I could say all Madden, but I want to be cheated. I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? I want to see them like playing as legit as possible with it. So, like, that's what I'm going to be looking for. Like, that's what I want to see. And then leading into the blocking AI and open field targeting. This is stuff that we have seen worked on. This has been like a ongoing thing that's been worked on over the years, because even from us going down for like what Madden, I don't know, I would say as early as like Madden 25, and seeing how the block targeting was then and what they had at that point, and then it always being a issue, so to speak. Like, I mean, it's something that gets better in some instances, then it'll regress. Gets better, then it regresses. Then it's revamped, but then it still isn't exactly where it needs to be at. Or it'll have some levels of consistency, but it's not as consistent as it should be. So if this is done in that manner, because there have been, and we've all had them, there were numerous plays we've had where that blocker is right there, and we're like, dude, if you just hit him, you know what I mean? But they'll just be running, and the guy will be there, but they won't make the play. So that's all. That's the only thing that I'm saying about that. Hopefully it's cleaner. None of this, and let me make this part clear before I just go ahead and continue with it. None of this, so I'm not expecting 100% accuracy. That's never going to happen. It's a man-made product. It's going to be flawed. Just get that out the way now. But my thing is, we already know it's coming, so we ain't got to front on it. When the game gets watered down, I just don't want to see this sucker get watered down to nothing. Yeah. And we're basically playing Madden 22 or something like that. That's my point. At the end of the day, I don't want to play this, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, like, come on, you know what I mean? So that's all I'm saying. But getting to the DB awareness and pass coverage. In what ways?
What does that mean?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was hoping today would have been like the gameplay deep dive would have came out
along with it, with the beta.
Yeah, with the beta, like that would make sense. Like, with because then it's like what's like what is being dealt with there in a in a fuller capacity, because
so Game Informer has a article. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah. Let's see. But I mean, awareness as far as like targeting the ball, putting yourself in position, is that going in line with the hit everything, with how players get hit going for catches, along with them talking about the skill-based passing and everything, those animations and all that stuff? Like, what's really going on there with that? You know what I mean? So I really don't have much to really go by, because the trailer didn't give us much of anything, and that's such an open paradigm. That's a Pandora's box kind of thing.
There's a few articles here. Which one is it?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll share it. So, Jason Taylor, you can let me know which one it is. I just saw a title to one of them that's got my interest piqued. It's something that I hope is done when it comes. I won't dive into it tonight, but if you see this little piece here, I have an idea of how I hope they're designing college football and Madden. And maybe I'll hold it, because I might just do a video diving into it, but I hope that they are at least doing something similar to what I would want them to do. And it's interesting seeing it say here, Madden senior producer talks collaboration with the college football dev team working on an annualized series. That kind of sounds sort of what I want to see. But real quick, Jason, DJ said he's reading it. So DJ or Jason Taylor, can y'all tell me which one of these articles is the one that's talking about what you mentioned earlier about the blocking physics and Mahomes being the only one that can do that pass, which is a good thing.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah. So let me know which article that is, and I can take a peek at it here while we on the show. Actually, let me take this off screen. If y'all can just tell me that the title of the article, I can just kind of look at it and I'll pull it back on the screen if there's anything me and Smitty should talk about.
Yeah.
You have a link to it. It's worth. Well, you said Operation Sports had a link to Game Informer site. That's interesting. Aren't they competitors? That's interesting. But yeah, my bad, Smitty.
No,
saying
you good.
something.
No, you good. Because it's like I just said, the DB awareness and pass coverage, like that is something I can't even speak on because I need to see what they're talking about, or I need to read what they're getting into.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean by it? You know, it being improved in this way, like according to what? How they break on the ball, them looking for the ball, them locating it, what kind of animations trigger, what kind of, you know what I mean? So it's like, because it's not like the pass coverage and everything was great last year to be able to say, oh, I wonder in this way because of what they already did. And it's like, no, it's not like that. So that's all.
Okay, there's a lot of stuff here in this article.
Yeah, see.
As I'm just glancing over it. Wow. Okay. A wider field of play. Okay, it's a lot. As you guys can see here, there's a ton of stuff. I mean, I've just, kind of speed reading through some of this. Like, let me just read this piece here. It says, a good look. These gameplay improvements are made more effective by the presentation, which again receives a boost from last year, with ray tracing adding to the entire stadium and new details like relaxed jersey number rules, rear hand warmers, and new equipment additions. Okay, I thought that said something else when I speed read it. But it also said a new gameplay motion system aims to make big plays moments feel even bigger. I think I've seen a little bit of that too in this little bit of time that I've played it. Again, I'm going to shy away from being specific detail because it's still up in the air. We don't know. Matter of fact, let me see if the community manager hit me back. We still don't know what we can and can't say about our experience. So I'm going to just shy away from it. And if I can say stuff, that I will come in here and say something. Y'all know I will. But yeah, there's a lot here. So I'm going to read this in my spare time, but I want to chime in on what Smitty said. It's like, again, I haven't played enough yet. I'm still in that same first game. I want to know what's driving these things. So I really wish, and I know they have a rollout cycle, but I wish they would lead with a deep dive, right? So do what you did yesterday. The official reveal, the trailer, you got, basically you have your gridiron note, even if you want to cover some of those high hits, but also drop at least one deep dive on something, preferably gameplay, because the gameplay is the leader for all of this, for franchise, for Ultimate Team, for Superstar, whatever else you're playing, right? That's got to be the driver. So I feel like they should come out the gate swinging and say, all right, boom, here's your gameplay deep dive. So we can kind of, especially with the beta. That's the caveat. With the beta coming out today for most people, you should have a gameplay deep dive so we know what we're looking for. Or highlight what you want us to highlight. What do you want us to be wowed by? Give us the deep dive on those things, because a lot of stuff now we're trying to figure it out on the fly. And I just think from a marketing standpoint, again, I'm not in that building. I don't work there, I'm not on the marketing team to be able to give my real opinion. But my real opinion would be is if I was a marketer in any video game, especially sports, gameplay is the cornerstone. We got a beta that with codes going out the same day. We got to give these people the gameplay deep dive so they know what to look for and what we're excited about. And then if you want to roll out the rest of the stuff during your normal cycle, fine. You can roll out franchise here, roll out franchise there. Boom, boom, boom. Man, appreciate it, Antoine, as well as somebody else earlier, man. You know, we're on StreamYard, so it's harder to notice some of the donations. I want to say Who Skates donated, and I think maybe somebody else earlier. Thank you to all of y'all, man. It was Flair, my man Flair. Appreciate that. We appreciate the donations, man. But yeah, and yeah, that, you know what I mean? Brett says facts. You got to do that, man. You have to, do that, man. You have to. Because right now we're just trying to figure it out on the fly. Somebody says refs on the field, they are seen in the trailer. Yeah, I'll just smile. But yeah, I mean, okay, whatever. I can say that. We seen it in the trailer. SGO posted it. Ray Weather just showed it in his thumbnail. I haven't watched his video yet. And I love watching those guys' videos. So let me give them some promotion. And Eric might be listening. He was in last night. I love giving these guys promotion that do some of the things that I don't always do. Y'all know I say Ray Weather, in my opinion, is probably the #1 source for Madden information. And let me say something about Eric, man, because people sometimes try to say crazy things about him. I remember when Eric Rayweather was under 100,000 views. Happened to be at EA when I met him in person. You know, me and him was both at an event. Good dude, man, really good dude. Smitty will know this. Was one of the times we went to Texas Day, Brazil. We in there eating heavy in there, meat sweats. But me and him sat by each other, chopping it up, became close, and we keep in touch. You know, he shows mad love to me and Smitty all the time. You know, he even said one time, I said, man, you know, you doing your thing, you big out there. And he was like, yo, it don't matter how big the channel is. He said, what y'all do is very important. Know that. What y'all do is very important. Everybody in the community know who y'all are. You might not have a huge channel, I always want to promote people like that because they do stuff I don't always do. Like he does the videos, 10 big things coming to Madden. Look, and he's hit on quite a few of those things. Right? And like him dissecting the trailer and SGO and them I don't really do that to that regard. So go check that stuff out because sometimes it's stuff that I didn't see. And I heard SGO's video last night. I didn't even notice the refs. I wasn't looking for that. I ain't noticed them in the trailer. See what I'm saying? But yeah, man, listen. And I want to say this too really quick. I mean, a couple things to just get off my chest really quick. And this is not directed at all to my guy here, Wings Mumbo. I just wanted to say this. All of the stuff that you want and you keep pounding the table for every year, me and Smitty want the same things. Most of the people in this chat, we all would want all of that stuff you talk about. You know, it would be cool to have the NBC, the ABC, I mean, whatever networks, NFL Network, all of that. Those packages, Fox pack, it would be cool for all of that. It would be cool for every single thing that you list. We all want that. But if I'm being realistic, I hate to be the one to say it, but we're a long way from that. And the reason why I say that is Madden is clearly showing us what they're doing with 23 and now 24. Remember last year we kept saying, all right, I see what they're doing. They're trying to fix core gameplay. Clearly, that's what they're continuing to focus on. Now, I will say this. I don't think every other area should take hits. I feel like you have a gameplay team, you have a presentation team, and you have an artwork team and all of that. Everybody should be working together and, you know, sticking their chests out like, yo, what y'all do? Oh, we got this too. Y'all did that. Bet we doing this on the art side. Oh, word? Yeah, look what we doing over here in the presentation side. Oh, you see what we doing with that gameplay? That's how I feel like the organization should run. But those who govern Madden they focus heavily in certain areas and other stuff don't get as much love. You understand what I'm saying? Like, to me, franchise and gameplay should always be doing this, moving in unison, and presentation. All three of those to me is simulation gameplay. The way the game looks, depth, and how it feels. But for some reason, it doesn't seem like they can bang on all all of those areas at once. It seems like they focus. So all I'm saying, Mumbo, man, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you know, I wouldn't be disappointed by any of that stuff every year. And maybe the one year will come and it will have all of that. You know what I mean? I get what you're saying, you know, but I don't expect, like, again, I'm waiting from this standpoint. I'm letting Madden show me what they got. I don't expect anything anymore because it is what it is. The second thing I want to say, and then I'm going to say a third one. Second thing I want to say is this, and I don't know why you guys keep asking me. I already got messages. Man, man, some of these dudes out here going crazy, man. You know, they talk about these other people on YouTube. I ain't saying names no more. I don't care. Matter of fact, I will say names because I'm not saying anything negative about them. People bring up Angry Joe. People bring up Moody. People bring up all these different names about, oh, man, they complaining already. So what? What I'm saying is let people do what they do. Like that, I'm not concerned with any of that no more. Me and Smitty are always, and Azure, even though Azure is not always able to be here with us, he's still Sim Standard. Me and Smitty are Sim Standard every day, all day. But me and Smitty no longer involve ourselves with that stuff we did 10 years ago. All on the Twitter and going back and forth. I don't care, man. I don't care how people feel about the game. That's your opinion. I don't move like that no more, right? I'm the type now. I'm a grown man. I play video games the same way Smitty do, the same way y'all do. I try to get the best out of these games. The games I don't like, I don't play. But I can't spend my life continuing to, they don't do this, they don't do that. They might not never. Whatever. So all I'm saying is don't worry about that. If you like what you see out of Madden or 2K or whatever, live over there. I don't care about who's bashing the game. I don't care. That ain't going to affect my feedback. That ain't going to affect what I like and don't like. But more power to them. Like, do your thing because that's their thing. That's why I don't worry about what they do. That's why you never hear me complaining about other people because that's not my lane. I backed away from that years ago. Here's the third thing I want to say. I forgot. I forgot my third point. It was something. But hold on. Let's see if I can get it back real quick. If not, we're going to move on. It was something about this game. I don't remember it, guys. I talked too much there, and I forgot. If I remember it, I'll come back. But yeah, that's the one of the two messages I just want to get out there, man. Oh, I remember now. My third point is this. Guess what? You're about to be able to play many other games. You got Maximum Football coming out. Shout outs to them. Because on paper, what they're trying to do sound like some good stuff going on over there. I will be here to support them. I will be the first one to say this. It ain't going to be on the level of Madden. It's not. It's not. Now, under the hood, it's got some stuff. But as far as the way it looks, moves, perform, it's not. But I don't care about that. I like what they're building over there. They got my full support. I'm on board. But that's an option. You can play that. Guess what else you'll be able to play next year? College football. Now you have to wait and see how the game comes out. But all I'm saying is we getting to a point now where if Madden ain't the thing, you got some other alternatives out there. And then 2K is supposed to be coming out with their arcade style football game. And I heard some news a little while ago that is a little disturbing about what some people think the game is going to be. But that's why I told y'all don't get your hopes up, man. But we'll see. Hollywood Sports. Shout out to my man Hollywood. You know, go check out his video where he kind of did some digging and research and, you know, he's kind of found out how they're kind of labeling the style of game. That ain't what I want, bro. But I'll say this. Actually, I got a video dropping later tonight. I would love for it to be like Super Mega Baseball. You know, if they can't, you know, they got to keep it sim but arcade, you know, arcade but sim. I'm having fun with that game. And y'all gonna see the video I post tonight. I'm trashing it so far in my season, but it's fun. And I'm a casual baseball person, so this game is perfect for me because I've played the show. Me and Smitty both have had the show. I didn't get the show. I might end up getting it again because of the Negro League stuff. We'll see. But I didn't get it this time because it's such a hardcore game, and baseball is not a passion of mine, so it's hard for me to stay engaged with it. I'm just being honest. I usually buy the game, and then it goes to the wayside. So I felt like after watching Super Mega Baseball, you know what? This is kind of cool, man. My man, shout outs to Frisk. So I copped it. And here's the funny thing. Y'all gonna laugh at this. I bought the game, and turned out I had 2 opportunities where I could have got it for free.
Oh.
Smitty knows one of them. I totally forgot, Smitty, who was connected to it. Could have got the game for free. And then somebody else hit me up and was like, yo, you need a code? But I had already bought it. So that's proof right there to let y'all know I support stuff. I could have had that game free. Matter of fact, I still got a free code for it. I might do a giveaway. But that's perfect for me. I'm having fun with it. It's a cool little game, man. It's cool. So I would hope 2K could at least do that and not kind of what Hollywood was reporting, man. Because if they do that, boo. And again, it's not on 2K. It's all. I keep telling y'all this. Remember what I said from day one. Why was it so important for the NFL and 2K and EA to tell us that it was a arcade game? If they were going to allow,
they doing a game like Battlegrounds, basically.
Nah, it was hold on. Let me find it, guys, because I hate giving false information. I'm gonna show it to you. Let me find Hollywood's video.
I will say this. It sucks that we can't give. It sucks that we can't give impressions right now. Cause
you seeing some stuff?
Yeah, that's what I was nodding my head to and everything like that. You know, I had to mute my mic and everything. You know, but I saw some stuff, and it's okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm seeing a couple things, man.
Let
me show y'all.
There's definitely some magic going on the field there. I can't get mad at it. So
here you go. Matter of fact, hold on, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna give my boy Hollywood some shine here tonight, as if we the biggest channel. We're not, but I'm going. You know, we got a little crowd in here tonight. I'm gonna give my man Hollywood some love, man. Shout out to Hollywood Sports, another great guy in the community, man. Of course. It's my dude right there, man. Genuine brother. But let's listen to what he has to say here. He back it up.
24, you see PGA Tour 2K24, and you see NBA 2K.
Let me back it up a little further. Y'all can hear it, right? You hear this? You can hear him, right, Smitty?
Yeah, I hear it.
Right. Coming out. Before we get to NFL 2K, you see Grand Theft Auto 6, you see Borderlands, you see NFL. You see WWE 2K24, you see PGA Tour 2K24, and you see NBA 2K.
It's about to blow some of y'all mind.
Okay, guys. So, are you guys ready to see the name of this game?
They not ready.
Are you ready?
They ain't ready, Hollywood.
Are you ready?
They not
All
ready.
right, guys. I'm here to pop it up on the screen. Are you ready? Here we go. Boom. 2K.
Do y'all see the title of that? Hold on. Let's go back. I'm gonna let Hollywood say it though.
On the screen. Are you ready? Here we go. Boom. 2K NFL Bobblehead Blitz.
Lord have mercy.
It is a blitz game. NFL Blitz. Now, you know what a bobblehead is? Those little things that shake with the big heads on a bobblehead. Now, you visualize how you want to see that through that title. 2K NFL Bobblehead Blitz. Okay, guys. Now, if you look at the physical dates when those games are going to be coming out.
All right, that's all.
Dang,
I encourage y'all to go check it out. I'm gonna post this in the chat.
See that. Yeah.
There go my man. What up, Hollywood? My boy in here.
Where? He ain't here. Okay.
Hollywood. You know we gonna hold you down, man. We all family. We go way back. Y'all check out Hollywood's video. Here's the link. Definitely go check out the entire video. But yeah,
bobblehead blitz.
They're gonna be trying to catch the ball like this.
Right,
they're gonna have, they're gonna be smiling. You never seen a frowning bobblehead.
On it. Yeah. Oh man, they're gonna be doing.
God.
Oh no. Oh man. Well, you'll see that was wow.
Come on, don't do us like that, 2K, please. But again, like I said, I want to preference this. I ain't beating 2K up for it. It's the NFL, because I've been saying it from day one. I know we wanted them to, man, what if they could do like an all-pro football or some kind? Nope, can't do that. It's too close, and it's NFL names, don't forget. But what if they could, nope. I kept saying I don't believe that the NFL will allow them to push the limits. The NFL, I believe 2K would, but just think about it. If it was your business, why would you say, all right, I want you to be this division, and I want you to be that division, but then you let this division get as close as they can to this one? You're not going to do that. You're going to say, oh, time out. I don't want you to be like that. I want you to do this.
Wow.
So, well, I don't know, man. We'll see. I hope it's not. But again, that looks like very legit information my man has there, Hollywood. So, that's coming right from 2K.
I'm gonna put it like this: the only saving grace for that game to be legit is they make it like Super Mega Baseball.
Yes, Lord.
That's it.
I'm loving it.
If they
it's my joint
do it along that line, cool. You got it. You could blitz. You could do that all y'all want. You got it. But if it's not like that, it's been real, 2K. You know what I'm saying? I look forward to your basketball project, but it's a wrap.
It's been cute.
Yeah, exactly. It was cool. It was nice having the speculation and all that, but that's what I was saying up front. If it's like WWE Battlegrounds, forget about it. Can't be that. Because you see, they already tried doing that with that excuse me, NBA Playgrounds, and made it 2K Playgrounds, and that sucker ain't last no long. It ain't last long at all. So it's gonna be a short-lived thing. That's why it's like, yes, enjoy Maximum Football when that does come out. It's not coming out till the fall, but enjoy Maximum Football. And I mean, look, and enjoy other games around. If you play other genres, enjoy those too. I mean, look, Street Fighter 6 is out. That sucker's hot. Freaking Mortal Kombat 1
looking good.
Yeah, Battlefield. They just dropped a new pass.
Let's go, Battlefield. We back.
Like they just dropped a new season, didn't they?
Yeah, and announced that they're gonna have season 6 coming. Let's go, Battlefield.
So they got a new season coming out. You got Mortal Kombat 1. They just did a gameplay trailer today. You know what I mean? Like, and that game comes out in September. Which coincidentally that would be shortly after NBA 2K would drop.
Yo, did you get I didn't get a chance to get it yet, but again, I'm gonna support my guy. Did you get Diablo?
No, not yet. Oh, I will be.
I think I'm gonna get that. And I don't traditionally play those games, especially with that kind of view, but I'm gonna give it a shot, man.
Yeah. No.
Shout outs to Rex.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. Rex and the crew worked on that joint. So put that bad boy together. So yeah. Oh yeah. No. I'm definitely getting Diablo. I was looking forward to that. So I definitely will be getting Diablo. But you got all different kind of games that are out here. I get it. I know we're on this platform talking about Madden and how Madden used to be that game that we be playing all year round. See, Sim probably didn't had an experience. Something didn't happen. And that's what I'm saying. Stuff was happening when I was playing. But I know we can't talk about it, but stuff was happening.
All right. We can't talk about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But
I just seen something from an old lineman I have never seen before.
Yeah.
Never. And let me go as far as saying again, Don't take this as me saying, oh, in August you get the game. Man, I ain't see, you don't know what Sim was talking about. This is just a simple experience. We said similar last year. I just saw something from an offensive lineman I've never seen in any football game. Any. Just read the article when they talk about the AI. Okay. First and second level. I ain't never seen this before.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I saw
some
second level. Yeah, that's why I was like, okay, all right.
Again, not glorifying the game at all.
Yeah.
Just simply pointing out something that I saw.
But you know what, though? When we glorified it when we made examples in PS2 Maddens, we glorified it when we talked about it in Backbreaker and APF and all these other games, because Madden was lacking it, blah, blah, blah. And that's true. It was, all those points are valid. Now, if this game comes out and it has it tangibly in there and it's legitimately there, even after patches and all that jazz,
I'll point it out.
I'm not gonna take away, oh man, it should have been there a long time ago. Yeah, it should have been there a long time ago, but it's here. And it's just like I'm just appreciating it for the fact that they got it in there and it's working at a legitimate rate. That is what I would take. You know what I'm saying? Now, that's just me, but I'm just saying that's essentially what we wanted at the end of the day. So if we got it, cool. But like I said, I liked what I had a chance to see, but definitely got to play a heck of a lot more.
Because I really want to see what the DBs and how they're reacting, if they're using leverage, are they playing smart, are they still just covering grass? And I'll go as far as saying I'm sure there's still some opportunities where that's happening, because it's I had a conversation with the devs one time, and we can talk about this really quick. And I guess we could probably wrap up here soon. We ain't really got much to get into after that. That, me and Smitty probably will talk a little bit after the show. But I asked them about the covering grass thing, right? Because again, just to give you guys a little peek behind the curtain, when me and Smitty and Azure and others, Shop and plenty of other people that y'all might know out there that have gone down, Eric, plenty of people who've consistently gone to EA, we would have real conversations, with certain guys, certain developers that we got close with, and they would really tell us, like guys like Clint and A-Dub and Scant and Vic when he was, many people that I'm not even naming, forgive me for that, y'all know who y'all are. Mole, we would ask questions about how does this game work? What can and can't be done? What is unrealistic expectation? Yada, yada, yada. The covering grass thing is difficult, right? Because I've learned over the years from speaking to developers, some of the stuff that we saw in 2K5 that me and Smitty would rave about in terms of coverage, it still wasn't done the way we thought, right? Because again, it was 2004. Me and Smitty ain't had the same mind we have now. Mm-hmm. We've grown older. We're more mature. We just remember what we saw. And we've been able to go back and play these games and still see some of that stuff. But I've learned over the years that really wasn't what we're talking about when we say, yo, go look for work. It wasn't necessarily programmed like how I would love a game to work. And that's kind of what the devs say is like, man, that's hard to do in a video game, because basically the question is this, valid question. Rex even used to ask me this. All right, Sim, you always talk about adaptive AI. I'm with you with that. Let me tell y'all a secret. Rex and Clint is big on AI. Extremely huge on AI. And Clint, absolutely Clint. But they would always pose a question back to me. How do you make that believable for everybody who plays the game? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what you mean? And he's like, okay, you want adaptive AI. You want your corner to react to the situation based off of how the game is going. But let's say that you call this play. You expected him to do this, but because of his AI and he does something else. Then what? And I'm like, okay, I see what you mean. He was like, now you and Smitty and Azure and all of you sim guys would love that. You just be like, oh, what was he doing? But and outside of that, they just say it's hard to program real life behaviors in sports games. It can be done. Yes, it's not perfect. You know, we talk about the AI and even the A system in 2K. It's not perfect.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you can do it, but it's kind of like the more these video games in general, just take it off of Madden, the more games become more realistic looking and the more powerful computers are and all of that, our expectations are going to go up higher than what might be humanly capable by, well, that's an oxymoron what I just said, but it's not a human. It might not be capable by a machine. You know, so that's not an excuse, but I get some of the stuff. Like, for example, I understand, and I was kind of told why the decision was made to make match something that you turn on. I get it. I get why they did that. I get why they went back to just straight base defenses and let us control if we want them to do match rules and all of that, because everybody didn't understand that. A lot of people were complaining about things being broke, but no, it wasn't broke. It's you told the game that you told them to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a tough thing. So a long-winded way of me saying it's a lot of little stuff like that I'm still going to look for, and understanding that I know that every single thing is not going to work the way you want it to work. I always say that, man. People have a video game mentality where you want everything to work when you want it to work. But the minute that a coverage is blown or something like that, you immediately say it's broken. And I think most of us guys who kind of know football and played football like religiously or watched it religiously in your lifetime and played video games, I think you can tell what's broken and what just happened on that particular situation. It's a big difference to me in a gameplay bug or a gameplay broken feature versus, oh, this guy got beat. And I don't think everyone in the gaming community understands that. When do you accept getting beat? When do you accept a drop pass? When do you, because again, you have some people out there, they want things to be absolutes. So it's again, I'm not making an excuse for any video game. I'm just kind of facing reality. Like I said, maybe it's because we've gotten mature over the years, and it's reality. So even with my feedback now, I always ask people, what's possible? Let us base our feedback off of what's possible. And let's go from there instead of me starting here and you can only get here. So that's all I got on that, man. I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to add to that, Smith.
No. Ain't nothing else really to say at this point.
Well, hopefully we can talk about this thing, man. I promise you, if we find out that we can give our real thoughts, we'll come back on. And again, my apologies, guys, for not having a show as regularly. Things come up sometimes. I'm going to try to get back to more consistency, especially now we got stuff to talk about.
Yeah. So,
yeah. Glad we were able to get to you guys tonight. I know y'all would have went crazy if we weren't on tonight. So, but hopefully we are able to talk about this thing, because wow, that was cool. There's things I want to talk about on both sides of that coin. So, and like I said, I'm going to share some of it with my brother here behind the scenes. But yeah, listen, just like last year, and I think some of you people who really played the game last year, you were able to see the potential in Madden 23 and the things that were good and then the things that were bad, horribly bad. So far, and this still in the first game, because I've been pausing and stuff, I'm seeing some things that I like that, but I have to play this a lot. I'm gonna burn through a couple seasons. Like I'm gonna go in. Yeah, this time around with this. Because by the way, last year, thank you, EA. Can I give EA some credit? We didn't get franchised till like the last week. last time.
Yeah.
So now
Yeah.
we can dive in.
We can go right in off top.
So,
yep.
But all right, man, we're gonna get out of here. Truth be told, my lovely wife convinced me to bring the Peloton bike into my office. She wants to ride it tonight. So yeah, I'm going, we got to get off of here. I mean, like I said, me and Smitty probably sit here and talk, and we can still talk while she's doing that. But
yeah,
we getting out of here, guys. Hope you guys get a chance to get on the beta. Do your best to get as much information if you can. If people can talk about it, find it, listen to it. But always go with your own eyes and your own heart. Give your own opinion. Don't listen completely to what me and Smitty say, and don't listen to completely what people say that are dogging it. Don't listen completely to the people who are overpraising. Have your own opinion. When the game is able to be shown, we're gonna do our best to stream. We're gonna show you as much. Y'all know I'm the king of the raw gameplay videos, and just put it out there.
Yeah.
And y'all can see it. I ain't commentating nothing. You can tell me what you like, what you hated. I give you as many chances as possible to make a decision. So, but all right, man. Appreciate y'all coming through. I guess I'll say probably next time we talk, the Heat probably done got swept up out of there. But good NBA season, and let's get ready for this low period as far as sports, man. Because again, baseball is cool, but I don't be watching it like that.
Yeah.
So, all right, y'all have a good night, man. Thank y'all. God bless, and catch y'all the next time.
All right. Peace. All
right, let me let her know. Let me go run and tell her.